Yesterday's price is not today's price.
J-Dub.
What's going on? What is that? Get that out of the way. I know that's an awesome logo, but it's got to go. Move, logo. Oh, there we go.
Hey, there we go.
I can't even call that a technical difficulty. That's just an awesome logo. Shout out to Fiverr. They do great stuff over there, man. All right. Hey, welcome everybody to a special edition of the Ferd Nerd Bird Report. I, of course, am your host, J-Dub, the bad boy nerd. And if you haven't noticed by now, this is not Ferd. If you watched our previous show about a month ago, we broadcast live from here in Austin, Texas at Tribe Comics and Games off of Lamar. Shout out to those guys. And I got to warn you guys, look, hide your wives, hide your girlfriends, because the gun show is back. Go ahead, show them, Dr. Paul. Go ahead, show. All right, put that away, man. Put that away. Good Lord. Wow. But no, seriously, guys.
Jay called me at the last minute. He dragged me here from the gym. So
yes, absolutely. For those who don't know, if you didn't see our last show, Dr. Paul, who is an actual, factual, legit, no cap PhD. You got a PhD in microcosmology, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Like you're like the doctor.
Biomedical engineering.
There you go. Biomedical engineering. Right. And that degree helped you translate to understanding and curation of paper, which led you to your restoring and cleaning. Yeah.
I studied molecular biology and chemical engineering in undergrad. So that's the background.
Yeah, and I think Edward summed it up.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, shout out to all the fellas, everybody down in the trenches. That's what I call the comment section, the trenches. Yeah, I believe he just takes a book. You know what? I got some books I need you to press. Just flex for me. Send them back in 9 points.
That's all there is to it, you know?
Absolutely. But all sincerity, thank you for filling in at the last second, folks. Ferd couldn't make it. He had a little family emergency come up. Nothing serious, but he did have to take care of that. So we'll be thinking about him when he comes back with the market report. But as always, we're going to bring you the FOC top 10 final order cutoff. Before we even get started, let's give a shout out to the trenches. Everyone who shows up live, thank you for coming to hang out with us. Yes. Hey, there you go. Took your advice.
Planet Arizona.
Absolutely. Yeah, that Darth Bane cover. Ferd, I don't know if you saw the last episode. Ferd, he said that's his favorite top 10 list was the Darth Bane cover.
I agreed with him. I actually thought the depth of that list was it was a deep list, right? Like, I don't know that it had my favorite book that you've ever done, but it had like 4 of my top 10 favorite books that you've ever done, right? So I think it was a deep list, and I liked it for that.
That's fair. Deep. It had a lot of depth. It's going to go far in the playoffs. I got you. Okay. So that's going to be the list that makes it to the finals, according to you. And Ferd, I still think a couple of weeks back was probably my strongest, but you know what? Every week is Christmas, like Ferd says. So I know Ferd is going to watch this show later to see what the top 10 is, because every Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, is his Christmas. Let's do a couple shout outs. First of all, I got to say this, Dr. Paul, I got to say this. One of our picks from about like 2 months ago was Rogues Gallery. And shout out to Hannah Rose May, man. She just recently got picked up, and that book got optioned by Don Cheadle, of all people.
Wow.
His production company. Yeah, let's
wow. That's
we're going to go ahead and share that news, because that was great, man. Let's show that real quick. Yeah, because I mean, first of all, Don Cheadle is one of my favorite actors ever. And yeah, we totally picked this in our FOC top 10 back in June, Rogues Gallery.
Wow.
And yeah, when this news hit, you know, I kind of like, it was almost like a proud parent, like, yeah, my baby, you know, Hercules, my baby made got option. But
Well,
yeah,
you gotta take credit, you know, when you make those calls, right?
right. I'm glad you said it, so I didn't sound like I was flexing too hard, pun intended.
The thing is, you know, sometimes you got to toot your own horn, but I'm here to toot your horn too.
Oh man,
Credit
I
where it's
appreciate
due.
that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, this was back in June. Yeah, we picked Rose Gallery as one of our top 10. And yeah, not even a couple of months later. And you know what's funny? You know, I'm gonna keep it 100 here because, like we always say, everything we do it for the culture. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100. When I first heard the news break, the solicitation for the book coming out, I read it and I was like, yo, this sounds cool. This sounds like, you know, Kick-Ass meets Scream or some shit like that.
I remember
Then I
that's what
saw,
you said. Yeah.
I said that, right? See, I got receipts. But and then when I saw it's like, oh, it's written by a Hollywood type, I was like, all right, you know, it might be all right, you know, let's check it out. But then when I read it, I was like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah. And then, you know, those Hollywood types, maybe the writing is hit or miss, but you know, they're connected. If it is good, if it is a good story, it can get made.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, all credit goes to some really good writing. It is a great story. If you haven't read Rogues Gallery yet, it's had my recommendation from the beginning. So I'm not Johnny come lately. Oh, it's option, you know, hop on the bandwagon. No, I told you I'm a day one, you know,
That's
day
me,
one.
though. Can I get a copy, Jay?
What, you need a copy?
Yeah,
because
I'm
I'm
gonna jump on now. Can I get a copy? I know you got an extra.
Yeah, I got some extras. Yeah, man. Shout out to Wookie. What's going on, baby boy?
Today's price, though, right?
Yo, yesterday's price is not today's price. That is the anthem. And I'll tell you a true story. I was selling 8 Billion Genies #1 first copies for like $18 like the first couple of weeks. And someone's like, oh, you know, you charging $18. I'm like, yeah, it's got long-term play. Yeah, go try to find one now for under $20.
Right.
Those #1 first prints sell for like 40 or 50 bucks. So,
right.
But that's why we're here.
Right? What some people call greed one day would be a generous giveaway the next, right?
For lack of a better term, greed is good. That's one of my favorite movies, Wall Street.
Quoting Gordon Gekko, huh?
Gordon Gekko all the way. Yeah. So and the reason we do that with the FOMO, this is why we do the FOC show top 10 every week. FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff. It is the day when all the shops online, everybody, they have to put in their orders to the distributors, and then you get them to your shops. Special covers, key issues, variants, first appearances, all of that stuff. You guys know the routine. So with that being said, Dr. Paul, are you excited for this week's top 10?
I'm ready. I'm hyped. That intro song got me hyped.
Yeah, yesterday's probably Fat Joe, man. That's Fat Joe. That's a classic soundbite. All right, so let's kick it off. Cheesy drum roll. Coming in at number 10. Thank you. That has some more oomph to it. Definitely more bass in your drum roll. All right, so number 10. This one. Now I'll be honest. This one kind of grew on me. Okay, it had a big rollout. There's a major Hollywood star attached to it, but I've never actually been the fan of this particular character, except for the fact that it introduces a brand new character who turns out is pretty cool. I'm talking about none other, coming in at number 10 is Black Adam #5. Now, first of all, this is an awesome cover by Rafa Sandoval. Love his covers.
Very cool.
It introduces a new character named God, what's that kid's name? Malik White. And Malik White is like he's been imbued with the powers of Black Adam. So this whole series is actually his his debut series as the next Black Adam. Hopefully they give him a better name than White Adam, because he's like the white version of a black kid being called White Adam. I don't know if that's going to stick, but I think they're going to update his name to The Bolt.
Okay.
But either way, I like this cover. I'm loving this series. It is growing on me, so it does slide in at number 10. What do you think about this cover here, Dr. Paul?
Sweet cover. This is his first appearance?
No, his first
appearance as... Go ahead.
No. His first appearance was actually Black Adam #1. That's a key that slid under the radar.
Did you have that on FOC?
I did that FOC. I did not. I'm not going to look front. I did not pick Black Adam #1 on my FOC. I did pick Black Adam #2. That's that dope yellow cover. That really,
that's a great cover. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now that was Malik White's first appearance as the new Black Adam.
Right.
So yeah, that's
so we had like a lot of characters today. We had a first appearance of the character, but not with powers, not in costume. And then we had the next appearance is him as the White Adam and so on, right?
Yeah, that seemed to be the formula.
We don't get like we used to when I was a kid, where we would get, like, not always, but most of the time you'd get first cover, first appearance, origin, all in one book. Again, not always, but most of the time, right? And now they seem to spread them out and to give us more books to collect, which is fun. It's fun to chase them down. So this is a great cover, and I'm excited about the character. Even though I don't buy new books, but I like Black Adam. I like what they're doing with the franchise. I liked the Shazam movie. And I'm glad that they're doing something with, it's a franchise from 1940. Why not build on that? Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm very excited about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's portrayal of Black Adam. I'm a huge Dwayne Johnson fan. Of course, we're the gun show here. We're all about that action. So
right. We'll watch him do. I would watch a movie of him like buttering toast, probably.
Oh, I'm sure there's I'm sure that's going to be a scene. Just like you have Tom Cruise, he has to run in every movie. We have to have a Dwayne Johnson movie where he gives us the eyebrow. Maybe one he'll be buttering toast, showing off those guns. All right, moving on to number 9. Now, this next one, sir. This is one that I try not to be redundant, but the covers are so dope. It's like, I got to put it on the list. Right. I got to. Now, Souza Micah, you're aware of her work, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Souza Micah has...
Only because you've been exposing me to it.
Only, that's, again, awesome. Yeah, Souza Micah did some killer Catwoman covers. She did not make this list. Rose Besh also did not make this list because she ain't put a book out this week. But... Put
a pin in that. I want to come back to that, but go ahead.
Okay, we'll come back to Rose Besh. I love me some Rose, so we can always circle back to her. That being said, the only reason Sozo did not make this list is because Jeff DeCal's cover was so dope. Catwoman 48. Look at this cover.
There's a reason this guy has such a cult following now.
Yes.
He's just putting out the composition of the books is just incredible. Yes, the execution. Absolutely. He's a fine artist that's gracing us in the comic book industry with his genius. And I have a book to show later, a Jeff DeCal book that I can't get enough of. So love it. Love this pick. What a phenomenal cover.
Oh man, it's amazing. The Catwoman story is not bad as well, but this issue features Catwoman and her new boyfriend. I think his name's Valorant or something like that. Voltaire, I forgot. But apparently he's supposed to be button heads with Batman. That's going to be exciting. But yeah, this Jeff DeCal, my goodness. It bumped. To be fair, Sozo's cover is fire. But this I was like, I wouldn't be able to. I had to put it up there, man.
There's so many Jeff DeCal books now that are just fire. Have you seen that? There's a Vampirella one-shot that he did, and she's holding a couple of Dobermans on leash, and it's just incredible. I mean,
Really?
anything he does, really. But it's a great.
All right,
pick.
I'm gonna have to hunt that down, man. I'm gonna have to hunt
I got
that
one
down.
for you.
Okay,
Actually,
cool.
I was gonna sub it. We can talk about whether or not you want me to sub it.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's going to be my Christmas. I'm looking forward to that. Let me know, guys, down in the trenches. Let me know what you think about this cover. Moving on to number 8. Now, this one, I spec'd on this book, FOC, maybe about a month ago. And I was telling people like, yo, this is going to slide up under the radar. You guys are going to miss it. It came out today. Today was actually the debut. And you probably saw me post it on my Instagram page. But this one, they consider his official debut story, even though the character's first appearance was today. So at number 8, we're talking about the son of Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Isn't it Mxyzptlk?
Yeah, Mxyzptlk. Dark Crisis, Young Justice, number 5 is what we're looking at here. But Dark Crisis, Young Justice 4. Matter of fact, I think I got it right here. That dropped today, right here. And this is actually the first appearance of his son, Mickey Mxyzptlk. He debuts in this one. And it ain't a cameo. It ain't a brief first appearance. It's a legit, hey, here I am. I'm in the story first appearance is one of those. Yeah.
So that's his first appearance. This is his origin, maybe.
Maybe. This is like his story, I guess you could say. But yeah, he's in like 3 pages and like 5 or 6 panels. So absolutely the key issue, his first appearance right here. He's going to be a major villain, major player in the DCU for those who care about that. So yeah, you can still pick up today's issue, still on the shelves. I gobbled up about 5 copies, not going to lie. But I just go like that. But yeah, that number 8 will be a continuation of that story. And it's his first cover debut.
Cool.
So
it's a fun cover.
Yeah.
This is cover B?
This is actually cover 8. This is the main cover.
Oh, just it'll have trade dress when it comes out, though.
It'll have trade dress. Yeah. This is like early artwork.
This is the preview. Yeah, preview minus trade dress. Okay.
Absolutely. Just like normal. Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on to number 7. DC had a strong showing this week. This is again another debut book. It dropped today, and this next one is going to be a follow-up to today's debut. Let me see if I have it right here to show you. So if you had this came out today, this is Batman Superman World Finest number 7. It was actually a pretty great story. The guy on the cover, the boy you see, is Superman's protege. It's basically it's like a parallel Earth Superman story. Kid comes from another planet. They save him by sacrificing themselves. He comes to Earth. He meets Superman. He meets Batman. He meets Robin. And yeah, Superman takes him under his wing. So this is the debut of Boy Thunder right here. This came out today. But for number 7, we have the continuation, Batman Superman World's Finest number 8, which is a continuation of that story.
Cool cover. It's kind of a throwback.
I love the cover because I love the composition because Superman and Boy Thunder are having a great time, and Batman's just his usual grim self. He just refuses to be happy. I'm looking at this cover. I'm like, y'all couldn't push his ass to the background. Just this man just refuses to be happy. You know, it's just,
Batman's like that's one more person I have to come up with a plan to deactivate.
Man, thank you. I'm pretty sure he's thinking of every worst case scenario, and it shows.
When this guy goes rogue, how am I going to take him out?
Oh my God. Yeah, Planet Arizona. You know, it's funny, Planet. That's actually an inside joke. They alluded to that joke in the comic book, in the story, that it was disturbing that his son, that Mr. Mxyzptlk, actually had sex with someone or did something and made another him. That's literally in the story. I love the story. It's a great story. So moving on. to number 6 on this week's top 10 FOC countdown. Now, this one, I always show love to the independents and the underground press, low print runs. This next book sounds very interesting. I read the summary. It sounds like something a cross between The Postman and what was that book with Denzel Washington? The book of Isaiah, was it? The book of Ezekiel.
Right, yeah.
Help me out in the trenches. What was that Denzel Washington movie where he had to deliver the Bible in the apocalypse? The book of John? Eli. Good Lord.
Eli,
thank you.
There you go.
The book of Eli. So number 6 kind of has that feel. And when I read the synopsis, I'm like, yo, that's going to crack the top 10. It sounds great. This is from Source Point Comics. They do great books, but these are extremely low print runs. Most small stores don't even carry them. Maybe one copy. Austin Books here in Austin, they carry them. They only carry like 5 copies. So it's going to be a very low print run. So it sounds great. Postmasters number 1. Love the synopsis. Love the storyline. Just a heads up, it's going to have a low print run. It's something, if you're interested, you're going to have to pre-order it to make sure you get a good copy. And yeah, this came in at number 6. Dr. Paul, do you like apocalyptic stories?
Yeah, it's fun. I'm not like a huge fan of the zombie apocalypse stuff, though some of those have been pretty good too. But yeah, it's a great setting, right? It's a great premise to just kick off a story. So this looks fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a big fan of the Book of Eli, even though I forgot the title. I love.
I actually really enjoyed
Miller.
that too. Although it wasn't occurring to me the name either. But
yeah,
I feel like I remember the synopsis of everything that happened in the movie, just not the name.
Exactly. Yeah, the movie was excellent. Yeah, I love like everything George Miller does with Mad Max. Thunder Road was phenomenal. That was excellent. I do like zombie movies. Train to Busan is one of my all-time favorites. That's a great one. You've seen that one, right?
I have not seen that.
You have not seen Train to Busan?
If you're recommending it.
Yeah, I'm about to go into Key and Peele mode. The valet guys, you ain't seen Train to Busan's? You gotta see Train to Busan, son. But no, it is a great.
I'll do my own Key and Peele then.
It's one of the top tier zombie movies. But anyway, getting off track, talking about apocalypse movie. Moving on. Now we're about to crack the top 5. This is where things get juicy.
Here we go.
All right, this next one. It's not a major spec play. It's just an excellent book. I've been talking about this book forever. It is literally, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best series in the industry right now. It is none other than Nightwing number 97 and a killer cover.
Oh man,
you love this cover, don't you?
Is this even negative space? What is this? It's so incredible.
I think this is negative positive space.
Right? Yeah, it's we have to create a new category for this.
Yeah. Shout out to anyone reading Nightwing. Tom Taylor's run is phenomenal. He gets that emoji right there. The choice that he gets that emoji right there. I'm doing it in real life.
It's the bona fide.
It's what it is. It's good stuff, man. Hey, no, seriously, but yeah, Tom Taylor's run, Bruce Redondo, what they're doing on Nightwing. It started back in issue number 78. Just an all-time classic run. This is issue 97. Hands down, like it's crazy that every book is like a 5-star book. Like he's knocking it out the park. So yeah,
and this is Barbara Gordon.
Yeah. Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon. You know, spoiler, non-spoiler. They're about to do the damn thing, like the damn thing. Yeah, and
I always liked them. I always thought they were, you know, the whole backstory of the two of them kind of growing up together.
Right.
And having all that history, but not having like the couple history, but having known each other for so long before they actually went out on a first date. Right. I actually think that's a good sort of backstory for interesting tales. So
Yeah, man. And, Tom Taylor, he's finally bringing it all together. If you're not reading Nightwing, this comes with my highest recommendation. This is essential reading. I'm not even a Nightwing fan like that. I'm not I just started reading it when Tom Taylor took over. It's my favorite book every month without question. It's always going to crack the FOC top 10. With that being said, it would have been higher, except the next 4 are pretty dope. Coming in at number 4. You heard me mention this one before, and she's back. Boom Studios is bringing back Eve, and Eve is awesome.
Tell me about this. I don't know anything.
Yeah, Eve is another one of those apocalyptic tales. And this is a young girl. She was like the key to saving Earth. There's like a virus where kids, after they get to a certain age, they mutate. But Eve's DNA held the key to stopping that. So if I remember,
like I Am Legend.
Kind of like I Am Legend. So in this story, I believe the leftover adults either hid or like moved to space. And it was only kids left on Earth. And it was like Eve and like this robot killer robot bear. Yeah, that's the best way. It was like this killer robot bear hunting her down. But anyway, it's a great story. The first series, again, comes with my recommendation. This is the second volume. You're looking at cover B because cover B usually have slightly lower print runs. So always hunt down cover Bs and Cs. But yeah, Eve, volume 1, first prints. They did some noise. They went into second printings, man. Good stuff. So yeah, she comes in at number 4. Now,
very cool. Introducing
Dr.
the people
Paul.
to new stuff.
Man, listen, you're going to absolutely love number 3. And I want to hear from the trenches what you guys think about number 3. As a matter of fact, I can't wait to hear from Ferd what he thinks about number 3. First of all, number 3 is one of our all-time favorite cover artists. You know who this is, correct?
Come on, you're gonna put me on the spot. Is this the Socratic method you're using here?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
If they weren't a cover artist 20 years ago, then you can't count on me to know it.
Okay, if they weren't from 20 years ago, can't count on Dr. Paul. Fellas in the trenches, I know some of you fellas in the trenches know who this artist is, but it is none other than the great Jenny Frison. Phenomenal cover. The book is actually called Damn Them All. Yeah,
Ferd
man.
would have known that, by the way.
About Jenny Frison?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Boom Studios cranks out some good books. And I know you don't really read modern books, but Boom puts out some good stuff. And they're about to read. Hey, does anyone remember watching The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo?
I do not.
You don't remember that cartoon series back in maybe...
I mean, I remember watching a whole bunch of Scooby-Doo, but I don't remember the specific... Was this a specific episode, The 13 Ghosts of?
So there was one special series called The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. It was like Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo, some random kid, and Shaggy. And they were hunting down ghosts that escaped from like...
Oh, okay.
And I liked it because they weren't hunting down like Jinkies. It's a guy in a mask. No, they were hunting down actual demons. And it was right around the time that Ghostbusters was popping. So the reason I brought that up is because it was like one of my favorite Scooby-Doo episodes. And then that when you say, that's what I say in Oregon working, damn them all. But no, this book is about like 78 ghosts and demons escape. And this monster hunter has to hunt them all down. This girl named Ellie Hawthorne, who they call Bloody Elle. And her hammer of destruction. Yeah, she's got to hunt down demons.
Is this a hammer that's been blessed by the Pope or something?
You know what? I think that's what it is. I think this hammer has been consecrated and she's hunting down demons.
There we
go. Boom has of course, they have their history with their breakout hit, Something's Killing the Children with Erica Slaughter. So now I love books that have strong heroines. And now we have... Yeah, I absolutely do. Now we have Ellie Hawthorne, Hunting Down Demons. Charlie Adlard is doing the interior art. I know you don't know who Charlie Adlard is.
I've heard his name though.
Yeah, and there's a reason why. If guys in the trenches, you guys in the comment section know exactly who Charlie Adlard is. If you want to go ahead and type that out and let the good doctor know exactly who he is. He's doing the artwork for this book. So I'm very excited about this. This cover right here is the 1:50 ratio variant done by Jenny Frizen. So yes.
So I don't know. I don't have to know who this artist is to appreciate this cover though. I mean, this is really stunning.
Yeah, she does. She does some great covers. Yeah, Planet Arizona coming through in the clutch. Charlie Adlard is legendary for his artwork on The Walking Dead. Yep, Bash came through in the clutch. You got it. So yeah, he's doing the interiors. There's some great covers. I'm going to be ordering this 1:50 Frizen variant as soon as we get off the show. I'm gonna put my order in to get this. Nope, not quite Mike. I was thinking about Mike Allred. No, he's got a very distinct style. So
yeah, now that I would recognize. Yeah. I was reading X-Force when all of a sudden one day it just became a different book and Mike Allred was the artist.
Allred, yeah, it went completely in another direction, and it was Allred's.
I kept going back, like, did I miss an issue? What has just happened here? I don't understand.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so that's number 3. Now, number 2, if you saw on the thumbnail, I said this is going to be the easiest spec play of the year.
Okay.
Now, you know I'm a big fan of a certain series. I know the guys down in the trenches, you know I'm a big stan when it comes to this series. This should be a no-brainer. Anytime these books drop, I always bring them up. Let me say this first of all, and this is a dead giveaway. 2 years ago, Dr. Paul, Lucasfilm and Disney Studios said, hey, we're going to go full force with this new series. Yeah, we're putting all of our money and resources behind it. And I'm like, okay, derp. All right. Yeah, I'll be buying all of those. Star Wars High Republic, Star Wars High Republic Adventures. It only has like
about it.
Yeah, it only has like 30 specs. All new, new characters new
every issue, right?
Yeah, damn near every issue, every series. So yeah, coming in at a strong number 2 is a one-shot High Republic Adventures Quest of the Jedi. So yeah, once again, introducing at least 1 or 2 brand new Jedi.
Right.
High Republic era takes place, I want to say, about 200 years before the Darth Vader saga. So yeah, this is everything leading up to that. So yeah, again, folks, you could just buy every number 1 issue of High Republic. You're going to get a very strong spec play without question. So what you got for me?
That brings up something that I talk to people about sometimes if they're willing to listen, and that is, don't try to be cute with your speculation, right? Everybody wants to have a spec that no one else saw coming. I was the only one in on this, right? And that's fine, but take the easy money too, right? I mean, don't avoid something like this because everybody else says it's going to be hot or says that this is the right spec. Get in on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of, I'm here in Mos Eisley drinking blue milk, so this is appropriate.
You're in Mos Eisley, and I'm sipping from one of my. Yeah. I keep it real, son. Keep it real, relevant, real
from the cantina.
Yeah, for sure. But
cool.
yeah.
So we don't know what this cover is actually going to look like. This is maybe interior art, or maybe this is the cover. We don't know yet.
Right. I do believe they will prominently display the new Jedi because it is a one shot and the quest is about him. And yeah, this is Dark Horse. Dark Horse took over from IDW. So High Republic Adventures is moving from IDW over to Dark Horse, which is good because, IDW is more of a kiddie imprint, even though the stories were awesome. Right. With Dark Horse. And for those keeping score, Dark Horse Presents back in the day introduced quite a few Star Wars storylines. Those are some kind
Dark Horse Presents number 8 and 9, both key books for introducing new Jedi.
I got both of them. Absolutely, man. So yeah, that comes in at a strong number 2. Very easy spec play. As a matter of fact, for those of you in the trenches and those who watch faithfully, I mean, if you're, hopefully you guys were able to pick up.
Oh,
Oh
there
yeah,
it is.
minty,
There it is.
minty fresh. I did order 10 of these from different sources because sometimes they get damaged, but I was lucky to get 2, at least by appearance, 9.6, 9.8s, immediately bagged and boarded them on the spot. Yeah, for those who aren't aware, this is the first cover appearance of Darth Bane. He is only the guy who created the Sith rule of 1.
Right.
It
He was
it
just
doesn't
like
get
he was just like any other Sith. It was similar to like the Jedi Order. There were like thousands of them, right?
right.
And he rose to power and got onto their council and decided, these people are talking about power, but they don't know power. They don't even understand it. I'm going to show them power. And he just executed all of them. And then took himself one apprentice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Created the rule of 2.
He did the rule of 2, and the rule of 2, and he appears in the novels. He appears slightly in one of my favorite series of all time, the Clone Wars. And there's that one spec book that Ferd showed last week. I think he did the Star Wars book where he makes a somewhat appearance, but he's not actually comic book canon. So this is officially his first cover. So yeah, it's why we do this show. We do this show for, specs like that. Now, go ahead.
And that's a great one too, because like I said, unlike a lot of first appearances now where we get a cameo and then we get, they're on the cover, but they're not in the interior. And then we get a first full, but they're not on the cover and, all this stuff. It's a great first appearance, first cover, and actually just absolutely stunning cover with the lightsaber all in one. So it flips all my switches for a first appearance in that regard, right? Like I think it's in some ways that becomes like a triple spec because it's got all of the things you want. Today people are, it's a flex. I like to talk on my channel about how nerds want to flex just like anybody, right? And you want to have slabbed books to put on your wall, right? But it's such a weird thing. Like if you slab Destroyer Duck #1, sure, it's got a first appearance in it, but like it's such a weird flex. Nobody's interested in that. You want a book that has first appearance with a really strong cover because you want to slab it and you want to display it and you want to show off a little bit.
No, that's true. That being said, we talked about Ferd talks about what he considers the trinity of the modern keys: Miles Morales, Kamala Khan, and the third guy. I think it was.
It's got to be Spider-Gwen, yeah.
Spider-Gwen, yeah. He called that the trinity of the modern keys, and those came out during a time when I just was not collecting for about 6 years. The mid to early to mid 2010s. I just was not collecting. So I missed all of them. I missed every last one of them. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like on FOMO overdrive.
I missed all of them first time round, but I've been able to find some of them for reasonable. You kiss enough frogs, you occasionally find a prince. I found a Miles Morales first appearance for like $60, and it's like a perfect copy, first print.
Oh wow!
You find them
recently or just in the past few years?
During the pandemic, so it was.
Oh, okay, good.
It had already blown up to over $1,000 in a 9.8.
Right.
I like that 0.1, the second print for Kamala Khan. That's the one to hunt.
Yeah.
With the blue trade dress. That's the low print one. That's fun. I don't have the first. Well, regarding Spider-Gwen, the one to hunt there is actually Spider-Gwen 0 second print. There's just a few dozen of those in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that.
I mean, you want the Edge #2 as well, but that's the hardest book to find among all of her. There's 9 reprints of her first appearance.
Right, with different color schemes or whatnot. Yeah, man. No, you're right about all of that with first appearances. Like you said, specking. I'm not. Listen, I'm very I do this with a sledgehammer, not a scalpel. I'm like, this is the first appearance, go buy it. And that's
Get
it.
'em.
There's nothing
Get 'em.
pretty about it. Like, go get 10 copies.
Yeah, you don't want to be cute. Don't try to be cute.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Iron
get
Fist
burned.
#1, 20 copies.
Yep.
Yeah, so here we
Do
go.
the
Coming in
boring.
at,
Do the boring things.
yeah, #1. Here we go. Bye, yow. I'm such a stan, and I'm not even going to hide it. Strange Academy, the finals, #1. Absolutely love it. Again, doing it with a
Wow.
sledgehammer.
Yeah.
It's a great series, great characters. This is such a spec heavy series. I'm going to ask a stupid question, but maybe yes, maybe no. Have you heard of this series, Dr. Paul?
Oh, absolutely. So I've actually been buying slab 9/8 of #1.
Okay.
When I see them, this is actually a book that in the recent pullback, and we talk about this a lot, the last 2-3 months, we've seen a pullback in almost all asset classes, right? Stocks,
Yes.
even bonds, which normally aren't correlated together, are correlated right now. That's a sell-off across all asset classes. And regarding high-end collectibles, the big asset class to watch is actually crypto. When crypto sells off, high-end collectibles sell off. And
Yes.
so, all of this creates opportunities, right? So
a lot of cryptos are sliding over into NFTs.
Yeah. And so one of the things that I look for is what's pulling back when we see these other asset classes selling off, and where's their opportunity? Where are there books that I've always wanted that I can afford now, or that
Right.
I can upgrade into a really nice copy? I used to own a beater copy. Now I have a 7.0, right? And so
Yes.
Strange Academy #1, all the way down to the 5th print and the Walmart printings, there's so much opportunity there. There's 9/8 selling well under $100, and I'm grabbing them.
If you can find a 9/8 under 150, even 200, you should absolutely add it to your portfolio.
Absolutely.
When this
Yeah,
came
so I'm
out 2 years
acquiring-
ago, let me say this real quick. When this came out 2 years ago, I was not doing an FOC show. I wasn't doing anything. I was just getting my feet wet back into comic books. But when I saw the synopsis for this, I was like, oh, this is a no-brainer. Give me like 5 copies of every cover. And I cleaned house. The Scotty Young variant, the Humberto Ramos character
Humberto
design.
Ramos. I love that one.
Ramos, my bad. Humberto Ramos.
That's okay.
Yeah, I got them all, man. I got the J. Scott Campbell cover. I got print number 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got them all, dude. I got slabs. I even got the Holy Grail. Do you know what the Holy Grail is?
There was a 1 in 100, right?
So some of the people here have seen me on Instagram flex hard. Ooh, I flex so hard with it. Ooh, I flex hard. It is a 1 in 50 Breakfast Club movie homage cover.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
I got a signed 9.8. I'm not even going to tell you what I paid for it. It's just going to make people upset. But what it's worth now,
that's okay.
What it's worth now, I snatched it up during the pandemic when nobody was even talking about it. And I was like, word, you going to sell that? Click, buy. And yeah, there's another Grail of Strange Academy. The Art Adams. Yeah, that's another hot one. The Adams Doyle variant, the big flaming head.
Yeah.
The other, I guess you could say, Grail is the Peach Momoko Virgin variant, because I think they only did 800 copies of that.
Right.
Yeah. But
there's a lot of covers, right? There's a lot of different. You can go in any direction you want with that book.
Right. Yeah. So there we go. Strange Academy, the finals, #1. This cover right here says everything. Emily Bright, Doyle, Dormammu, it all comes down to them. They're the two. They're like the power couple of the students. Whatever happens with Strange Academy, whatever happens with the MCU Marvel magic community, it's going to circle back to these two. So these are the prominent characters. And I've noticed, if you remember from last week's show, the Crypt, what was that book called? The Crypt or whatever with Elsa Bloodstone and Moonlight with Bloodline. They're going to be in there, the Crypt of Terror or something like that. I picked it at number 1.
Crypt of Shadows. Yeah.
Thank you, dear God. Oh yeah, good Lord.
You know,
Book of
you know why I know that?
Crypt of
You know why I
Shadows.
know that though?
Because of the old-fashioned one.
Yeah. When they eased up on the comics code in the late, right around 1970, they produced Crypt of Shadows Volume 1.
There you go. So this is Crypt of Shadows Volume 3. Book of Eli, Crypt of Shadows. Remember that. All right. This is Crypt of Shadows, but it's got a major Strange Academy crossover event. So that's big for that. Plus some other stuff. But Strange Academy is going to be somewhat of a flagship book going forward. So there you go. There's my top 10.
Very nice. Love it.
Let's do a quick
do the
second look
for
back. Those. Here we go. Number 10 coming in. Black Adam. Number 5 coming in at number 9. An amazing.
This could have been higher for me. For me, this could have been higher.
It could have been. Number 8. Dark Crisis, Young Justice, Mitzelplick's son. Number 7, Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 8. Issue number 8, which features Superman's protege, Boy Thunder, coming in at number 6. Postmasters, number 1. Source Point, low print run, coming in at number 5. The amazing Bruce Redondo knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely. It's the best book on the market without question. Nightwing 97. This is cover A. This could have been a ratio variant.
Right.
Number 4, we got Eve, Children of the Moon. Number 3, we have a new series from Boom, back-to-back greatness. Damn them all. Jenny Frison, 1 in 50 ratio variant. Number 2, probably the easiest spec play of the year. High Republic Adventures, One Shot, Quest of the Jedi. Number 1, Strange Academy. And there you have it, Dr. Paul. Thank you.
Very nice. It would have been nice to see that Nightwing as a cover B, just because I would love to see that nice card stock that DC uses. That'd be a beautiful cover in that upgraded paper. So I said DC, put a pin in the Rose Batch.
Yeah. Okay, Rose Batch. That's my sweetheart. What you got for me?
Did you see that she's doing a CGC signing?
I did not, but thank you for telling me. I'm sending all of my books.
She got a CGC signing coming up, and I was thinking, of course, that Silk book with the sneakers. That's got to be the number 1 book going in, right?
Well, that one and Thick Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that Thick Wonder Woman, that's got to go in too. I was like, man, Wonder Woman got ass. God dang, girl, thighs, girl, what's going on?
Is it the Wonder Woman Gold? Was that it?
I believe it is. I believe so. I'm gonna have to go look again.
Yeah, I saw that.
If anyone in the trenches remembers Thick Wonder Woman cover, Rose Best.
I saw that announcement from CGC. I thought of you. Thought I better check in with you.
Yeah, good looking out, man. Yeah, I'll be throwing all my Rose Beshes, my Sheenas, all of them, for sure. All right, so what you got for us? Hey, everybody, y'all are in the presence of greatness with Dr. Paul. He is a comic book curator, cleaner, presser, supreme. What you got for us, the good doctor?
I'm merely a student. I've got a lot going on the channel right now. Liberty Hill Comics and Cards. It's my main place where I put content out onto YouTube.
Is that the name of the store we're going to open up together?
If we're going to put it in Liberty, I don't know if we want to put it in Liberty Hill, but sure.
Yeah.
I like the, the Liberty Hill High is where my girls go, and they have the yellow and gold color scheme. And so I just adopted that, and I thought, what the heck, and so it's easy. I've had lots of different monikers over the years. Let's
just dump a comic book shop here in Austin, and let's just call it Liberty Hill Comics and Cards for shits and giggles, and put it in South Austin.
Let everybody scratch their heads on it. Yeah. So we still have the September giveaway for this book. So this is my September giveaway on the channel. So all you need to do is go to the video where I talk about this. It's 60 seconds long. You just subscribe and comment there. This is, of course, Ghost Rider Volume 2, number 28, first appearance of the Midnight Suns. They've been in the news lately, right? So this book has actually been popping. It's up in volume and a little bit up in price, not much. But, you know, the first move is that you start selling volume without a price change. And
Right.
then you sort of get rid of the loose hands, you get rid of the extra inventory, and then the price goes up, right?
Yes.
So I think that's a good book. It's a 9.4, right? I picked that from the dollar bin and pressed it myself just for fun.
Oh, okay.
thing,
you read my mind, because I was just about to ask you if you pressed that to a 9.4 or bought it at 9.4. So you cleaned that up and pressed it up to a 9.4.
Yeah, so that issue, you may recall, there was it was, I think, an 8-issue story arc across several different titles.
Right.
And they were all polybagged.
Yes.
And they came with like a little half poster, a little glossy half poster, and they all have it almost looks like a subscription crease down the middle from where the polybag seam was.
Wow.
So you can't sub them to CGC in the polybag. You have to cut them out of the polybag and then clean and press them and send them in. So I've been picking those from the dollar bins, you know, at the half price books and whatever for years. And last year, I think I just cut them all. I was keeping them all in the bags, and then I just cut them all out of the bags. And I have a stack of the little posters if you want one.
Oh yeah. Let me get a poster. Yeah, I've been dying to get a Midnight Suns poster from 1994.
The other thing,
what else you got for us?
We just wrapped up a long series on my Detective number 59. That's my book that I bought. It's the second appearance of the Penguin. It's pre-war, 1941, and it had color touch, and it was covered in tape. So I did a whole series, 12 episodes, where we took the book apart, we cleaned it, we removed the tape, go through all the techniques, all the how-tos, all the materials you need to do all that stuff, or you can just watch me do it, and you know, maybe
for the guys for the guys and gals in the trenches, they need to understand you actually take books apart, staples, everything.
The whole nine, yeah. This book needed 2 new staples. It had already had replaced staples at some point in the past, but they were not well done. So we made.
Now, did you order the correct staples from that era?
I make my own.
You make your okay.
I source the correct material, and I tell you actually what all the materials are in the video series. But in fact, I did a series last month where I had a book from fella TJ, and it was the Marvel Premiere 28. So it's the first appearance of the Legion of Monsters. Yeah, you know that book, yeah. And it was a beautiful book, but it had a rusty staple.
Oh wow!
So we actually pulled the staple out and cleaned it up, and then because you don't want a shiny staple.
Right.
We actually, I show people in my video how to put a patina back on the staple so that you can put it back in the book.
I think I saw that video where you even have like the little solution, right? Yeah, I watched that video. Yeah.
So actually so staples are made out of galvanized steel wire. And what we did is we cold galvanized the staple so that we make it look like it belongs there. And I will never tell anybody it's guaranteed to pass muster with CGC, because you never know. You always get surprised by CGC. But
you know where I'm about to go. See, you pitched me a softball. You pitched me a softball. You know I'm about to go. Recently, CGC passes all the mustard with staples. You can get a 10 and a 9.9. Yeah, continue, sir. My bad. I digress.
Put a couple extra in. If we need a 10, we'll put a couple extra in. But I've had, and I know other people in the cleaning and pressing community. If you do this properly, you really can't tell the difference between a staple that's manufactured today and one that's manufactured 80 years ago. And so CGC, they're guessing if they want to call it replaced, because there's really there's no proof, if you do it correctly, that it was replaced. So at any rate, I talk about how to do that in the video. But so we just wrapped up the Tech 59
Can you
series.
show us that? Do you have that available to show?
You know,
or what do you have on what do you have on
from
hand?
here.
What do you have on hand that you can show us?
Oh, yeah. You want me to show you some physical books? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about another video I just did. So you and I talked last time about unboxings, right?
Okay.
And how I've seen a lot of Hulk 181s unboxed, and you know, it's exciting the first couple times and not so much anymore. So when I do unboxings on my channel, I try to always do market report. I talk about how to make sure your books are well bought, how to make the hobby pay for itself, all that sort of stuff, right? So I just opened a Riri Williams key recently, and I took the opportunity to do a breakdown of all of Riri's keys. So I did a longer video, and it's basically a breakdown of all of her keys, which variants you want, which ones are overpriced, stay away from them, and they're due for a correction, which ones still have a lot of opportunity. There you go. There's the staple that I made for that book. So this is the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically assemble it and sort of wrap up, talk about all the work that I did to this book. It's a beautiful book, and you know, this is, since you pulled it up, one thing that is, it's always a color touch is tough, boys and girls. It's really, really a bear, and you got to make difficult decisions if you are going to remove color touch.
What are you doing with this flask?
I have I was just showing you undo, and I put it in a syringe so that I can control the application better. And this page, this centerfold actually had tape on it. And removing tape from interior pages, it's similar to the cover, but not exactly the same. So I go through step by step here. We're applying the undo.
Doctor at work. Look at that.
We're applying the undo here so that we can remove the tape. And the tape is actually on the other side. This is the centerfold. The tape is on the other side of where we're applying the undo right here.
So undo loosens the adhesive so it can fall off easier.
Right. Yeah. Undo it's just a commercial. It's actually I think it's mostly it's a combination of hexane and xylene, I think. But it's commercially available. It's a pretty good product, and there's no sense, you know, sourcing your own chemicals if you can just buy a good one like that from Amazon. So you use that, and the tape just really, you don't even have to peel it off. The tape almost falls off if you use it correctly.
And I see you working that off and getting to the staples.
Well, then you have to come back and you have to remove the adhesive, because the carrier comes off easily, but then the adhesive stays.
Trying to get the
cover. So I walked through all of that.
Yeah. Do you have the cover in on this video? I'm looking for the cover.
I think you might be on video 11.
Okay.
Video 12. The end of video 12. Are you on video 11?
Yeah, this is video 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Video 12 has the last image will be the cover.
Got you. Yeah, man.
So,
I really wanted people to see that, because as you describe it, it gets real technical. The visuals it just seals the deal. Like watching you're a maestro, man. I know you're a student, but you're a maestro.
Thank you.
It's amazing just watching.
I appreciate it. It's fun, and you know, I figured a lot out, but I still have a lot to learn. So what I wanted to talk briefly about that Riri video. So I took the opportunity to basically go through all of her keys, right? And this is just like we were talking about. Here's number 7, Invincible Iron Man 7. This is actually the third print. Yeah, third print of number 7. And you see here, it's got the Riri inset, right?
That's right.
This is the book I prefer. It's the rarest of the 3. And it actually has her on the cover. And this is the cameo, but this is a nice, strong cameo. The whole last page features her. It features her at MIT with a prototype suit she's building. And someone in the comments last week said that nobody loves Riri, right?
That was Jonathan.
I'm telling you, I love Riri.
Jonathan's like my favorite troll.
I don't want to call Jonathan out.
Oh, I do.
But I love Riri, right? And the interesting thing about Riri is, you know, I don't know that she was written for me, right? I'm not young. I'm not a girl. I'm not a person of color, but I love her. We do have one big thing in common. We're engineers, right? And so I can relate. And actually, you don't know this about me, but I was actually on the research faculty at MIT for a couple of years. So we have an MIT connection too.
Do you? Okay, let me just ask. Oh, hang on, let me just ask.
Oh yeah,
because it's going to come up. Do you have your own Iron Man suit stashed away in the back?
I wasn't funded by Tony Stark like Riri. Okay. I didn't show that kind of genius.
All right, go ahead. What you got for us, Doc?
This is the other book that I really wanted to showcase. The other Riri book.
Yes.
This is a Jeff DeCall. And it's just my favorite. It's my favorite Riri book.
Yeah.
It's so much attitude.
It's
it shows
one of the
all of
best
the things.
Covers.
Yeah, we've got Tony in the background. Riri's clearly, you know, ascendant here. This is clearly her book.
Yes.
And it's by far the best cover. This is, I think, the best book to invest in Riri right now. And there's probably some people out there talking about Invincible Iron Man #9, the Turcotte Horseman cover.
Mm-hmm.
I go through all the reasons in the video why that's a terrible book to invest in right now.
Well, Planet Arizona, he agrees with you. That is the Riri cover.
This is my runner-up or my
Ironheart
special mention.
Who's the artist? Who's the artist?
This is Ironheart 1. This is the second print, and this is a ghost. I'm thrilled to just have this in a 9.4. If you have this in any grade, you're ahead of the curve because it's a ghost.
Wow. Who's that cover artist?
Luciano Vecchio.
Okay.
Cover and interior.
Wow.
So anyway, I go through all of those keys, and I talk about fair market value, where, you know, what your price point is, which ones still have upside, which ones are rare but not very expensive, which ones are overpriced, like the Turcotte variant. And so that might be fun for people. I think, you know, we know that the actress is signed up for Riri. She's got a long-term contract. It's like 17 appearances, right? She's not going anywhere.
Yes.
This is going to be the new. She's one of the new anchor characters in the MCU. There's plenty of room, and these keys, they're way off their highs.
She was the modern. I got to correct myself. Did I say that earlier? We were talking about the modern keys. Ferd said it was the Trinity. It's actually 4 modern characters: Kamala, Miles, Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider, and Riri. Like they're holding it down for this generation. Yeah.
When you said Trinity, I was thinking, well, the third one has to be Spider-Gwen because she's clearly bigger than Riri in terms of the popularity. For sure. But I would put Riri in that group for sure.
Yeah. Right? It's got to be the 4. Yeah, for sure. The big 4. Yeah.
And then I was gonna show one other book off a little bit. This is a book that we talked about.
I'm like trying to look
2
over.
Weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we talked about it. It's an important key. It's the first appearance of Paste Pot Pete.
That's right, baby. I can't even say that and keep a straight face. The first appearance.
If you're speculating on Paste Pot Pete for the MCU, you gotta buy this book now, baby.
You gotta have that. Now that book is a strong spec for Paste Pot Pete, but it does. If I recall correctly, it does have a few minor characters in a backup story. Tell us who those minor characters are.
That's true. That's true. They're so important they don't even make the cover.
Right.
First appearance of Doctor Strange. Yeah, that was Ferd's pick 2 weeks ago. If you win the lottery. Yeah. So
you got that's a
I talk on the channel
6.0.
Right. It's off-white to white pages. It's a nice copy, nice clean copy. I talk on the channel all the time about this. This is what we're trying to do, though, right? find some undervalued books, clean them, press them, sub them to CGC, flip them for an extra $100. Do that 20 times. Buy yourself an entry-level copy of Strange Tales 110. Clean that, press that, sub that, sell that for an extra 500 what you had into it, and buy yourself a 4.0 copy, right? And play that. It's almost like playing the property ladder game when you're an adult, but you get to do it with comics and still be a kid.
I have a Daredevil #1. It's a 4.0, I think. I actually cleaned it and pressed it. I wish we were more connected a year ago. I would have sent it to you. You could have made it a passion project. Probably would have got a 5 after you did, because I did some stain removal. But after watching your video, I could have took that stain completely off. Yeah, but I did a pretty good job for myself. Yeah, I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you showed me pictures. It looks dramatically improved.
Yeah, but I know there's a part of you who's like, yeah, I would have got that.
Hey, you know, there's so many people that are so talented in this game, including in the cleaning and pressing game. You know, there's people that I really look up to. And so everybody's out there doing their own thing. There's probably some things I do better, maybe, than a few of those people that I look up to. But, you know, we all bring different skill sets. And it's all about, like you said before, contributing to the community. And the reason why I do the channel, and, you know, there's several techniques I show on the channel that I don't think anybody else is doing. If they are doing them, they're keeping them secret. I'm not, you know, I'm not keeping them secret because I'm trying to share what I've learned. I'm a scientist by nature, so it's in my nature to say, okay, you know, take the work of the scientists that came before me and build on it and put it out there so that others that come after me can build on what I'm doing, right? So that's my approach to it. And I appreciate you, you know, the love and the shout outs and everybody that's shown the support on the channel and on Instagram and everywhere else. But that's why I'm doing it, you know, just to grow the hobby and to grow the knowledge base and to have fun.
Yeah, you know, you do it for the culture. That's what everything you just said. That's my motto. You do it for the culture. And we're going to close on that note. Yeah, folks, you need to follow Dr. Paul on Instagram if you're not. Is that your actual name right there? Is it Dr. Paul?
Oh, on Instagram, it's at Paul Kosnick. We can put it in the description.
Let's go ahead and show them real quick. No, you guys got it. First of all, hit that like button. It doesn't take any energy to just click on the like button. That's what gets us up to let us know that this is even worth it. Obviously, we do it for the culture. We do this because we love it. I myself suffer from FOMO. I just refuse to miss out on books. But yeah, and when I found Dr. Paul's page, it was a short, minor miracle as far as I'm concerned. So definitely follow him right here. This is his Instagram page. You all know who I am. Follow me if you're not. You got to turn on alerts, folks. I drop gems all day long. I drop gems like I'm a clumsy gemologist. You know what I'm saying? Always dropping jewels, man. No, I'm serious, man. Like, I know, you know, the stuff I'll be putting out, I'm like, sometimes I sit back, I'm like, yo, that's dope, son. Like, that's hot shit right there.
How'd that only get 40 likes?
You know what I'm saying? How only get 40 likes, man? I just put y'all on some game. It's all good, man. Hey, thanks to everybody in the trenches, all you fellas that showed up. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for following us on Instagram. Hopefully, Ferd will be back next week because I did miss his market report and dropped the mic back. Yeah, we missed Ferd's market report for real. So hopefully he comes back with a vengeance
for us next week.
Yeah, for sure, man. But again, man, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for filling in at the last second. Dr. Paul, folks.
My pleasure. I appreciate the invitation and great list. Looking forward to seeing some of those books at the LCS.
Absolutely. All right, all you guys in the trenches, thanks for showing up live. See you on Instagram. Y'all